I used to face a lot of bullying in high school, and guess what? This was not in the UK, this was not in any first world country, this was in Pakistan. And for where I come from, kids there, students there don't give two damns about the rules of the school. They don't even care about the law, bro. Every other guy you knew in school, in your own class, in year 9, think about it, had gang affiliations. And the biggest bully of them all, my bully, well, his older brother was the leader of the biggest gang of my city. And it was not a small city, bro. These guys were not to be messed with. They used to break the legs of their own teachers. That sounds really weird, right? Break the legs of their own teachers. If they even went as far as to scold at them a little bit, to get angry at them a little bit, they would meet them outside school and they would beat them up. This guy, he even threatened to do the same. In year 9, imagine you threaten your own physics teacher in front of everyone to break his legs outside of school, and the teacher couldn't do anything about it. I swear to God, this guy that I'm about to talk about, he was the devil. He was a manipulator, an instigator, a shameless human being, a gaslighter. Do you think it was easy to deal with him as a bully? Absolutely not. And here's what our parents and teachers will tell us. Oh, just ignore the bullies. If they laugh at you, if they hit you, don't hit them back, don't start a fight. Or tell the teacher, or run away, you'll be safe, don't get into trouble. Do you think that will work? Especially against these guys. Do you think that ever worked? That ever stopped them? No, they only made it worse. Besides, telling a teacher about this gang member was social suicide, because he would only pick up on you more. He would only say wild things, he would only slander you more. And the teachers can't do anything about it, bro. You'd think that it's impossible to deal with someone like this. Wait till you hear this, bro. One day, as usual, we had like a substitute lesson, right? And the teacher was not there. In front of everyone, as usual, he was slandering me. He was saying wild stuff about me. He was saying extreme stuff to me about my mother. And this time, I just had enough. I have had enough! He just said one more bad word, and I was like, bro, I'm gonna go get this guy. I got up out of my seat, went across the classroom, went up to him, squared up to him. He was sitting down, I was standing up on his face, and guess what? Everyone else was laughing and being his yes man, because they knew that this guy could kill them if he wanted to. They knew this guy had gang affiliations and they couldn't do anything about this guy, so they were yes men of him. They were hyping him up until it was their turn. Cowards. That's what I did. I went up to him. You know, when the people say, oh, when I see red, it's over, bro. That's exactly what happened. I saw red, and at that time I had no training in martial arts, and so didn't know how to control myself. I got really angry, and guess what? He's sitting here just like me. There's a wall right there. I come up, I'm standing up to him right there, right? I come up and I punch the wall right next to his face, because I didn't want to get in trouble for being the first assaulter, right? Guess what he did? He got up and he started swinging at me. I backed up, right? And at this time, everyone started standing up trying to separate us. And at that time, I took my right hand and I hooked him square across his jaw right there. Right here on his left side, right? And that stopped him. And everyone separated us. My legs were shaking. And the adrenaline was pumping through my veins like crazy, bro. I couldn't stand properly. Shallow breathing like, and you all know, what have I done? This guy, his brother's the gang leader of the city. What have I done? Went back, sat down, got really thirsty. I asked my teacher in the next lesson, Miss, could I go get some water, please? I went to fill up my water bottle. I couldn't walk. Came back, avoided eye contact. The other kids, of course, were his hype men, and so they were all gathered around him because they don't want to be on my side, because they're cowards, right? They don't want to get killed or something like that. That might be a bit of an exaggeration, but they were all on his side. And they come up to me later on and say, oh, this guy's thinking about beating your ass up after school. He's gonna get a chain and hit your head with it, something like that. Guess what happened after school? Nothing. When I got home, word reached my parents. I lied to my parents about this fight because I didn't want to tell them that I just beat up a gang member. They would call the police. But here's something really interesting, right? Did he pick up on me even more? Did he call up guys from his gang and threaten to beat me up just like he did with everyone else? Did he actually do that? No. He didn't do anything, bro. Why? Because he respected it. Think about it. He was 18 when I was 14 in year 9, bro. 4-year difference. He's a grown-up adult. And he respected that I stood up for myself, because I had no other choice. If you decided to beat me, like no teacher could do anything about it. These people, they had the police on their payroll. And why is that true? Let me read you a passage from the book of Admiral McRaven, who made the famous speech of Make Your Bed. You might have seen that before. I've read his book, and in this chapter called Stand Up to the Bullies, this is what he says. Bullies are all the same, whether they are in the schoolyard, in the workplace, or ruling a country through terror. They thrive on fear and intimidation. Bullies gain their strength through the timid and faint of heart. They are like sharks that sense fear in the water. They will circle to see if their prey is struggling. They will probe to see if their victim is weak. If you do not find the courage to stand on your ground, they will strike. In life, to achieve your goals, to complete the night swim, but the night swim he's talking about the marine training, the US marine training, where they have to swim through lakes, to rivers filled with great white sharks. And these sharks, they eat human beings. You will have to be men and women of great courage. That courage is within all of us. Dig deep and you will find it in abundance. The shark in this case is that bully. If I had now found that courage within myself to stand up to him, he would have been just like this shark. He had been circling all around me for this time, probing at me with those cuss words, trying to see if I was weak. And when I proved that I had the courage to stand up for myself, the shark ran away. And now that I look back, I think that was really immature of me. I should not have instigated that fight, because no way am I gonna give you the advice to go ahead and start a fight, especially with some gang member, because back then it was year 9. Now you could face legal consequences for that. You might get kicked out of school, literally, and you might literally get killed. So please do not do that. Instead, now I'm going to give you my 3 exact tips that I use personally to keep bullies away, to make sure that bullies never approach me, and if they did, how I made sure that they never did that stupid again. Tip number 1, let's get straight into it. Learn to fight. You must do this. This is a prerequisite. Please, you think that you can fight? Trust me, when you face off someone that's bigger than you, you're gonna get the lights knocked out of you if you don't know how to defend yourself. I learned how to fight, I learned how to box, and that completely changed the way I saw the world. Last year, let me give you a recent example. I'm in year 13. In year 12 AS, I had a confrontation with this guy that had a massive friend group. In year 13, he was a year above me, right? He was this hench massive guy, and he was an egomaniac. I had a confrontation with him. And for the entire year, every single time I walked past his group of friends, I was anxious. I was in the fight or flight mode. I was like, bro, what if I get into a fight with them? I'm gonna get smoked. And when I learned to fight, that anxiety went away, because that anxiety, it haunted me wherever I went, whether I went out with my family to have a wholesome time, whenever a group of guys went by me, I was like, bro, I must get ready to defend myself. These guys are my enemies. And now that anxiety was no more. The martial arts, it gave me a sense of security in my own body, a sense of confidence in my own self, that I knew that now I don't need to prove to anyone else that I can fight, because I have proven it to myself. And that is what discriminates a bully from a humble man. A humble man doesn't have to prove it to anyone else that he can fight, because he has proven it to himself. Whereas a bully, he hasn't proven anything to himself, and so he's insecure in himself. He wants to prove it to anyone else that, oh yeah, I can beat anyone else if I want to. He's insecure. That's what makes a bully. And if you come across a group of guys again, you will not feel that same sense of fight or flight mode, because now you know that you can defend yourself. And now that you are humble, now that you've learned martial arts, you know that you're not invincible at all, and so you'll start to stray away from street fights. Send this video to your parents, bro. Everyone thinks that when my child learns to fight, he'll become more aggressive. But let me tell you from experience what happens. I learned martial arts, I learned how to fight, and as a result I became more humble, because I realized that I'm not invincible. My ego got destroyed when I got into the ring to spar someone better than me. He beat the ego out of me in a good way, right? That taught me a lot about myself. And now I know that if I get into a street fight, I can get hurt, and so I stay away from them. I'm starting to come away from them now. Almost nothing else teaches you so much about yourself than fighting, than learning how to fight. Number 2, tell your favorite teacher. And now if you're immature, you just clicked off because of me saying that. Oh, tell my teacher. Oh, that doesn't work. You're just giving me generic advice. Listen to me, bro. We're trying to be smart here, not trying to get ourselves killed. Alright? You tell your favorite teacher, and if you don't have a favorite teacher, you tell someone that you can trust, some teacher that you can trust, right? Say to anyone. Seriously say to them, hey, please, I said this to my teachers and they took me really seriously, right? This happened last year when I got into a fight. That's a different story for another time. I told them, hey, listen, these guys, they're trying to gang up on me, and I don't want to get into trouble. If they touch me, I'm gonna retaliate. I'm not just gonna stand there and take it. I'm gonna fight back. And I really don't want it to happen, and so therefore I'm letting you know, so please stop them. And they will respect you for that, bro. They will think that you're a really mature guy compared to everyone else. And besides that, it will give you more time to learn martial arts, learn to defend yourself. Because this will not stop the bullies, this will only delay them. Delay them until the time you've learned how to defend yourself. And now when they come up, it's not a big issue anymore. Now you know how to defend yourself. Number 3, defend yourself. Now 101%, I'm a promoter of ignoring someone trying to instigate a fight with you. Someone trying to slander you, someone trying to get a reaction out of you. Ignore them 101%, because I'm a religious person. I try to be religious, right? And Islam teaches the same. I'm Muslim. Islam says that a superior quality is to ignore someone, not treat someone good only if they treat you good. Treat everyone good regardless of how they treat you. That's how the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, won the hearts of everyone that he won the hearts of. So ignore them when they slander you. But now if they try to physically assault you, this is where the fun bit comes in. If they try to come up to you and they form circles around you, first of all, don't let them form a circle around you. Be smart, have spatial awareness, and stay out from circles, right? Stay near a wall or near an exit or something, right? But if they try to come up to you, this is what you do. You put your hands up. You say, hey bro. You say it out loudly with chest. Hey bro, listen. You put your hands up for the cameras, right? So that they can see that you're only in self-defense mode. You're not in attack mode. You say, hey bro, listen. I don't want no trouble. Please back off. I do not want to fight you. Stay back. You have your hands up, right? You have your hands close to your face so you can protect yourself from a swing, right? That's boxing basics 101 for you. And here's an interesting bit that you tell them. Because now that you've learned how to fight, you say, hey bro, you, listen. If you want to fight me, come over to this and this boxing gym at this time. I will see you there. If you're a man, come fight me that way. They will not expect this, because I swear to God, the overwhelming majority of people don't know how to fight. On a recent video of mine that I made on me getting into a street fight, right? And this comment says, they start fights with me. They try to start fights with me. He lives in Saudi Arabia, and I lived in Saudi Arabia for 9 years, so I know how it really is. Almost no one there, 99.9% people, don't know how to fight. Unless they're bigger and stronger than you, that will be the only advantage they have, which is strong. But when you learn how to do MMA and wrestle, you outcompete them in any realm of self-defense. And so please, they will not know how to fight. They will get slightly, they can't help but get slightly intimidated when you say, oh, come fight me like a real man in this gym. I refuse to back down anymore. Come fight me if you want to come fight me. Even then, if they keep following you, at this point, they're legally following you and you're supposed to defend yourself. And now just to add an extra bit of safety, legal safety, because you're in school, you don't want to get into trouble with, the law or anything like that, right? You don't want to break any rules. You don't want to be the one that's getting into trouble because it's, 5 against 1? Just to add this extra bit of safety, do not hit back unless they make a move to hit you. You've heard this advice somewhere. If someone's based, he will have given you this advice that, oh, wait, if they come up to you and it feels like they're about to hit you, that's when you strike. But no, I tell you, look out for a movement, look out for a spasm, look at his shoulders, right? Scan his shoulders. Take deep breaths. Don't be shallow breathing, okay? Take normal breaths, deep breaths, but remember when to squeeze your abs in case he takes a shot at your abdomen, right? And anticipate it. As soon as you see movement, put your left hand up and you throw a 2 across straight into his diaphragm. So this is the area. Here's your chest, right? Here's your chest lining, the chest bone, the sternum, whatever you want to call it, right? And there's a diaphragm, the top abs. Just above the top abs, this area. You strike a 2 straight into this area. That will wind the hell out of him, bro. That will stop him in his tracks. You go straight, you twist your body. Obviously you're gonna learn martial arts and you're gonna know how to do this. You twist your body into it, into his abdomen, and then you skedaddle, bro. Don't stick around and find out. And now it's time for you to be safe. Don't go into public areas where these people are variable. And trust me, here's a tip, right? Avoid barking dogs, because that might literally save you from being harassed. Live by this rule, the 3 stupids. Don't be at stupid places, at stupid times, with stupid people. Live by these 3 stupids and that will save your life. Now here's the bonus tip. Self-improvement. Learn how to speak. Learn how to move with charisma, talk with charisma. Learn how to speak out loud with chest. Learn how to speak and talk in a tone of affirmativeness. When you say something, be grounded on it. Be grounded in your argument. Have more confidence by self-improvement, by improving yourself holistically in every area of your life, and that improves your confidence. So when you get into an argument, you're confident in yourself. You're not like, oh, but you're like, oh yes, no, I believe this, stay away. Simple as that, bro. You must learn how to communicate your thoughts into words in an articulate way. But also know when the other person is being stupid and when to back off in an argument, and that's respected as well. This has saved so many potential bullies from approaching me, whereas they approach other kids that don't do this all the time. I swear to God, I see this happen. Kids that are absolute bullies, like disgusting human beings. They approach the other kids, they talk in a feminine tone. They don't hold their ground and they bully them the entire day. But they don't do the same to me. They don't even try. They tried, but I stood my ground and it never happened again because I talked in the tone of charisma, of confidence in my own body. I stood my ground. If anyone challenged me to a fight, I swear to God I said this, and I made it happen. One guy, he was being disrespectful. I said, yo, you want to fight me? Come over to this gym. I showed up and I learned how to fight. Beforehand, I done step 1 and I whooped him up. Do you think he was ever disrespectful to me again? No. Whereas he picked on other kids that didn't do the same. Where are you gonna find other people that are on the same path as you? Other people that are learning how to fight, learning how to be more respectable, learning how to defend themselves, that are on self-improvement just like you are going to be, because that's the ideal path to take. You're gonna find them in my Brotherhood Discord, which I've created especially for you, my bro. A free Discord server. It's gonna be the first link in the description. Go sign up. I and other people are waiting for you. If you have a specific case scenario, you think that okay, you could not find advice specific to your case. Oh, but my bully does this, oh he does that, my teacher does this. You will find people over there they're gonna have related to you, and they will be able to answer your dilemma. So go ahead, my bro, and I'll see you there. Until then, stay safe, learn how to fight, and take care. Masalam.